I'll tell you, music gets a little confusing sometimes, and that's why we have to try and choose the best method so we don't have so much going on in our head. What's the fifth of the fourth of the fifth? What's this shape, this, that? You get confused. I get confused. So you keep it simple. If we're in the, say, an A-shaped C like this, the sixth of that A shape is going to be one caged letter advanced to G minor shape. When we go to the fourth of that, which is D shape, one caged letter advance is going to be C minor shaped second. Okay, so it's the relative minor of the fourth, which is the second minor. It's going to be C minor shape. The old way is just to play a C minor shape. Like that. Okay. The new way is to do it by string shapes, which is we're just going to play root 3, 6, starting from the fourth string shape, which would be D in the A cage, in the tripentatonic A, D, E cage. So we're going to just like think D shape, and we're going to play the D string shapes. Now the D string shapes, pentatonic, are like, we're going to go in a circle here, right? So we're starting on the D now, and we're going to go D, A, E, C, G, D. Now, diatonically, it would sound like this. But we're not doing it diatonically because that would be in the key of D. We're doing it pentatonically. So it would be, which is our D pentatonic, which is easy, right? But did we associate each individual string shape with it? D, A, E, C, G, and back to D. Now, with that said, we're going to use these string shapes instead of the pentatonic ones. Okay, so on the bottom down here, we're just going to go 3, 6, 3 of the D. Oh, are we in D? Yeah, we're in the key of D. We're in the shape of D. So the chart is orientated for us. It's even easier. So it's 3 of the D, 6 of the A, root of the E. Okay, got that wrong, but remember, root of the E is the F. If the root key is C, the fourth is F. Alright, so root of the E shape in E string shape in the F, in the D string shape stack. Remember, each string shape stack, and by the way, this might be a good time to actually, and then 3 of the C, and the G only has the 6 in the root, which is nice. This might be a good time to for me to explain this strategy I have, and that is when we're going up the string shapes. Okay, so let's say we're going up like an A pentatonic. So it'd be like A, E, C, G, D, and A again. You can stop at any time you feel unsure and start over again with the string shapes. So let's look at it that way. Let's look at A, E, C. Now I can just start a C string shape stack from here. So the C string shape stack goes like this normally. I can start that from here. Just hit the warp. Sure, it becomes an A string shack anyway, right? So anywhere along the line with string shapes, going up or going down, you can just start a complete pattern. Let's do that. Let's do all of them. So we got A. Okay, now A goes to E, right? So here's your E pentatonic, root 2. But I can start an E pentatonic here, right? So play the A, then I'm going to start an E pentatonic. Got to warp up though. Warp back into an A shape. Now let's go to the C string. Okay, so we start our A. Now we're on the C string. Over here's your C string pentatonic. So we're gonna go A to E. Now we're gonna start a C string pentatonic, but we had to warp it back into that A shape again. You see that? Do the same thing. We can go with the G string. So we go A, E, C, and then to the G string here, 6th root. Well, here's G string. We could do the pentatonic there. Okay, but starting the G string pentatonic from here, we can just play that. But we had to warp it back into an A shape. So you can always look at it that way. If you don't want to play the whole pattern all the way up, let's say down here's an E pattern, bum, 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 bum. Like that's an E pattern. You can just, E is going to go to C on the 2nd string. You can play a C pattern from the 2nd string. Just warp it up. It's going to warp up back into an E pattern anyway, but you can think the C pattern. That's what I'm talking about. That's just a little trick that I have to put on the table. So again, with the minors, you only have to know root 3, 6 of the string shapes. So in other words, these are the string shapes for the minors, and you just use the proper string shape substitution. So with the 3rd, you would use the string shapes for the parent of the 3rd, which is the 5th, whatever that may be. In the A box, we call it the A cage. The 5th would be the E string shape. So you would start on the E string shape on the bottom and go 1 string shape ahead of that would be D minor. It's going to be a D minor shaped chord, right? And then, you know, so I say we were on the A, so it's going to be a D minor shaped D minor. All right, so here's your regular D minor. Chord wise, it's going to be this. And if we do it in string shapes, okay, remember we're going to be in the E shape. E shape's G there. Okay, so the relative minor for the E shape is 1 shape further is the D, but let's just look at those string shapes. The string shapes are going to be the same. It's going to be root on the E, it's going to be the C, and I can play the pentatonic right there. What we're looking for is within